So much for coming out today to hear the students' oration speeches. I know they worked so hard on them. They're ready to just get it over with, a little nervous, but they're all going to be fantastic. So we appreciate you coming out, and we hope you enjoy their speeches.
And I'm Miss Anderson. I'm going to be your hostess with the mostest. No, I'm your hostess for the ceremony. The little kids don't even get it. All right. So today, you guys have you've won your class challenges, and we're going to talk about the speech that you wrote, which is a challenge for youth. And so the topic of the contest and the question that the students wrote on was that all generations face some of the same challenges, but there are also unique challenges rising to the surface that are affecting today's youth. These challenges need solutions, and who better to combat them than the very youth they affect? How do these challenges compare to the challenges encountered by previous generations? There's some depth to this writing we're hoping to see. The contest is sponsored every year by the local woodsmen, and they have very specific judging. It goes on in all Orange County schools, so the students are able to get 40 points for material organization, 40 points for their delivery, 20 points for overall effectiveness, for a total of 100 points. That's what you're working towards. They would get a penalty point if their speech goes under 3 minutes or over 5 minutes. You would get a penalty point if you get a different penalty point if you go over 5 minutes but less than 6. So that would be a 5-minute penalty point. If you did 6 minutes and over, you have 10, I'm sorry, that would be 5 penalty points. And if you go over 6 minutes, you have 10 penalty points. Got it? Okay. The note cards are permitted at school-based level, so you all are allowed to use those. If the district decides to move forward, you will not be able to use note cards. You'll have a first through third place winner. They receive a plaque, and everybody participating receives a pin and a certificate. And only the first place winner will get to go on to more competition, and that would be if the district decides that. So now we know what we're doing. Let's be introduced to the people that are going to be judging you as we do this. Our first judge is Miss Diane Gordon. Miss Gordon has been a catch-all for the whole district. She's worked in the district offices. She works here. She's been a reading coach for us. She's an ESE teacher. She's a jack of all trades. Miss Rue has been here, and she's been at Pinewood, and she's our current reading coach. So she works with all of our 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders closely. Miss Moss has been here forever and ever with her family, and she now is an ESE coach. She's been a 4th grade writing teacher, 4th grade team lead, and is an ESE coach. We have to have a timekeeper to make sure this is official. That is Miss Daly. Miss Daly is our math coach. You can see who we can get out of class with all of our coaches and our support. So she's going to make sure that after the timer will go for each, when the bell dings, then she and the team will know whether we have to assign penalty points. They have all the rules and regulations. The students came in, randomly picked numbers, so the programs do not match the order of the students. I will call you up. Students, this is where I would like you to stand. Okay? I'd like you to be over here so you can look from judges to the crowd. Judges to the crowd. Okay? So remember, you have 2 audiences, and you're going to divide your attention because you have to connect with your audience. Got it? All right. This is the spot. Everybody know?
Yes.
Thumbs up. All right, my friends. So we are going to begin. Oh, where's my list with the order? Oh my God. Okay, panic. Our first contestant is from Miss Peel's room, and it is Janaya Burgess. Janaya, please come up and stand. And timer, are you going to tell her when to start?
All right. Are you ready? All right, let's begin.
Hey, my name is Janaya Burgess. Today I will be discussing challenges that our generation faces. Our generation is facing challenges that our parents and grandparents have never faced before. The main difference between families today and families in the past is that families today experience more difficulties. For example, divorce and separation are more common today. This introduces step-family members which can create tension in the household. Split families lose trust in one another and present a divided household. When our generation grows up in these types of households, we struggle to create lasting relationships needed to be successful. Not only are we growing up in divided households, but our youth has a rising problem of anxiety. A lot of professionals believe that the rise of anxiety comes from increased pressure on the younger generation. For example, we start testing at younger ages now with higher pressure to succeed. We also have millions of after-school responsibilities. Anxiety can make you feel like you can't breathe. It's like you're suffocating, and some days it's so overwhelming that you don't feel like doing anything. When we have an entire generation struggling through this, we know something needs to change. So the question is, how do we make a difference? As a community, we should come together and recognize that raising kids take a village. It is important to stay connected and work together. We should realize that our kids are our most important thing that affects our future. We should also not put too much pressure on today's youth. As life has become more complicated, so as responsibilities, I think it's important to understand the changing world and how it affects children of today. As a parent to today's youth, I can't understand the struggles more than anyone. I hope that as today's youth continues to grow, we make a difference and be the change the world needs.
Our next speaker is our number 2 contestant, Darnisha Exame. Come on up, Darnisha. Are you ready?
Younger siblings have a ton of problems with their older siblings doing all sorts of crazy stuff that they know you won't like. I mean, I am sick and tired of it. Is the word respect even in your dictionary? My name is Darnisha, and I'm going to be talking about their problems. There is no doubt that they don't love what they do, which is making our lives a living nightmare. According to Times of India, it states, your siblings leave no chance to insult and embarrass you with weird nicknames. You dread calling your friends at home, thinking your older siblings will create a scene in front of them. And by any chance, if you give a fitting reply to any of their comments, you get the tag being rude and disrespectful. It's an unwritten rule that whenever something goes wrong, like missing key, remote, or anything at all, the youngest one has to be blamed for it. Their older siblings use them as scapegoats and don't even ask them once before doing it. Not to mention, their parents consider the younger ones careless and irresponsible. Sigh. Last but not least, you have to abide by their demands. They can snatch a television remote from you at any time. They blackmail you with your baby pictures, steal your secrets, or simply punch you. The list is endless. Who says being the youngest sibling is a cakewalk? Is there something called the Youngest Sibling Rights or Association? My mom always had to deal with these things when she was about my age, because my grandma had 8 kids, and she was the youngest one. She always had to deal with hand-me-downs, being blamed for things she didn't even do. In the same manner, have you ever had to deal with something that you didn't like if you're the younger sibling? There are shockingly fewer baby pictures of you than there are of your siblings. The day your older sibling finally let you into her room, it was glorious. But all I really smelled like was too much hairspray and nail polish. You understand how easily common household items can be turned into torture devices. Before you had friends over, you'd rush to your room to make sure nothing had been tampered with. Stage bustle. I can admit that there are some ways we could set our differences. According to sibling rivalry solution stage, avoid negative comparisons, saying something like, you should be more like your brother, or your sister never did that, can lead to bad feelings and turn them against one another. Teach your kids how to handle their feelings. Counting to 10, walking away, or repeating, it's no big deal, it's no big deal, it's no big deal, are great ways for them to diffuse anger. To resolve a dispute, suggest that they roll a dice to see who gets to do something, or give them a timer to set for taking turns. Set house rules and keep them simple. For example, no shouting, no hitting, no kicking, no name calling, and no taking someone's stuff without permission. Emphasize a zero tolerance policy or verbal aggression. Me and my sister were bickering over the remote, and we were just about to have an old-fashioned rumble when my parents, drowsy from it all, walked in and put up a schedule for the remote. There are some other ways that we could get along. You can look at what the conflict is rather than finding out who started it. Motivate your children to resolve the fight themselves. For example, if they're arguing over the game console, take away their access until they can work out solutions together. Solving children problems. For Father's Day last year, me and my sister Kiana were squabbling on what to get him. So my mom made us sit down and try to agree on something. So we got him a couch arm table, which is really comfortable, by the way. At the end of the day, I will always try to clarify our problems before it gets too out of hand. Blood is thicker than water, and we're family at the end of the day. And deep down in my heart, I know that older siblings really love their younger siblings, but are just too cool to admit it.
To welcome to the stage our number 3 contestant, that is Zanaya here. Come on up, Zanaya. Are you ready?
Let's stop discrimination. One obstacle that children face in our generation is sexual orientation discrimination. Sexual orientation discrimination means treating someone solely because of his or her view or perceived sexual orientation. Lesbian, homosexual, bisexual, asexual, pansexual, or heterosexual. According to research, I found something that is similar to sexual orientation. It is called LGBT. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender. Some challenges we have been facing people are being discriminated against or getting jobs and things like that. According to research I have read, that some people feel uncomfortable sharing their secret in public, especially at work. And you're probably thinking of coming out the closet. The term coming out the closet means showing who you are or talk to school. About 75% of gay people are frightened to self-elevation restricted because of the reaction. If you want to come out, here are some tips. Practice. Think about what you will do or say. Next, find the right person. If you want to come out, talk to someone who will get offended. You're probably thinking about your parents, but most parents that do it straight, like the other way around. According to research, I found that some parents are glad they can figure themselves out and have the courage to tell them. But on the other hand, parents might feel upset and disappointed. But at the end of the day, they want to protect their kids from getting bullied, mistreated, or marginalized. Since we are talking about the youth, at what age do kids know? Gay kids are coming out more in middle school, especially in school. That's when puberty starts, they're more aware, and they're exposed to new things. When a kid reaches middle school or high school, that's when they need to make friends, not stuck in the same classroom with the same people every day, and they meet more personalities. But one thing that I hate when people do is jump to conclusions. Let's say, for example, when a girl or boy plays with other genders toys, people probably engage for no reason. But not just toys. It can be anything. Last year, a man charged at his local 10-year-old son for being gay. If your son was in this situation, what would you do? Since we should stop discrimination, we should also stop discrimination in other countries as well. Over 70 countries, homosexuality is charged as a crime. For instance, from my family's culture, Haiti, being homosexual is a kill to harm. Some parts in Africa, Asia, Europe, and the federal work is killed too. In many countries and religions, just as Christianity is viewed as a sin, many Christians doesn't stand homosexuality. Some doesn't stand, but they don't discriminate them. but others think it's not in place. If these obstacles are a challenge for you, here are some ways to combat these challenges and who should be accountable for them. In my opinion, I think you yourself should be accountable for sexual orientation discrimination. You should be accountable for getting jobs, coming out, practicing, finding the right person to talk to, and living in a country that allows homosexuality. But the most important part is to love who you want to love, even if others don't like the gender you love. The main message of this speech is to love yourself and don't ever slay people who you love. Because love is true.
And our fourth contestant today will be Miss Amaya Pinto.
Yes. Hello everyone, my name is Amaya Pinto. Have you ever wondered where our oxygen comes from? You may think our oxygen comes from the sky or the air. No, it comes from trees. Lots of things are disappearing because trees are being cut down. There are lost habitats for animals, and for us people, soil erosion gets dry. Tragic. So technically when we breathe, we're breathing in hot air. And also our planet gets warmer. So next thing you know, our planet is going to be called Mars 2.0. Lots of trees contribute to mass extinction. Despite those efforts, the deforestation rate has been increasing at an accelerating rate. In 2016, the deforestation rate in the country of Brazil exceeded by 29%. The water cycle gets disrupted because trees release water in the atmosphere. Trees take in our carbon dioxide, and when they are cut down, all that carbon dioxide goes back in the world. Oh no, does that mean we breathe back in other people's carbon dioxide? Trees give out oxygen, like I said before, so because of that, we have rains in short. They maintain the ecological balance. This impacts my and your youth because the oxygen with the trees are being cut down. Dreadful, am I right? Now that you know the problems with cutting down trees, here's some solutions. Reforestation. A way you can help is by planting trees in any possible place to add a green cover of the area, like the rainforest. The facilities would have enough wood for all purposes combined. This will allow other parts of the forest to flourish without worrying about being cut down. Facilities control the cutting down of the trees. Also, sanitaries will be very important in the fight against the increasing rate of deforestation. These types of sanitaries will provide to be very helpful because of its protection of plants and animals. This is combined with the controlled forest facilities so that the forests are protected as well as the animals 2 times over. Then there's pollution. The air, water, and land pollution is becoming too much. If we can somehow advance technology out that we can reduce the amount of pollution, air, land, and water, and the remaining trees, reforestation takes place. The new trees can reduce the air pollution by absorbing the greenhouse gases and releasing oxygen. The trees need CO2 and we need oxygen, so it works. I would like to dedicate this speech to one of my daycare teachers because her daughter gets sick easily when we cut down trees and we shred them. The pollution flies everywhere, which gets her sick easily. I've learned a lot throughout these few weeks. I've learned a lot about the impact on us cutting down trees and how it affects my and your youth. Let's make a difference. Thank you.
ladies and gentlemen, and proud grandparents, let's welcome our 5th contestant, Ms. Tyler King. Come on up.
Bang, bang, run, hide. These are the sounds that have traumatized students across America due to school violence. School violence is one of the many obstacles we face, and I, Tyler King, a 5th grade student attending Lifton Elementary School. As a result of school violence, students have to feel unsafe in or around school grounds. Based on the evidence I researched on GreatSchools.org, this states the effect of school violence can shorten academic progress. It also leads to changes in behavior. These negative effects in the educational environment can cause lifelong harm. Students deserve to feel safe and free of hostile situations. Their 100% focus must be their education. It is necessary for a successful life. From my personal experience with being in school, I don't like to walk on campus alone because sometimes I get nervous of the cops and bad guys. For both my parents, as they attended the same school, school violence is not people meeting obstacle they face. The only school shootings that they have heard of during their youth was Columbine High School in 1999 and West Middle Mines Common School in 2006. They've also only experienced one private school. As my grandmother grew up in the 1970s, she states she never experienced school violence. In fact, her neighborhood was so safe they left their doors open. Recently, my school installed gates and it was one much bigger. Utilizing the buddy system provides students with a sense of security while traveling throughout the campus. In addition to school violence, students are to bring weapons to school such as guns and knives to defend themselves. This is a chain reaction to making schools unsafe for students. Students who are impaired physically have to skip school to feel safe. Even my little sister Karen gets nervous when she suspects something like school. However, outside of school, she's continuously falling asleep and left off in the car. Due to the increased violence in schools, they feel bullied. My suggestion for solutions to decrease the amount of violence in schools would be implementing new safety procedures and systems that medical doctors and having bags similar to these that are given. According to 5 effective ways to stop school violence, it states, always watch out for any signs of violent behavior. Some of the school shootings that have occurred are as follows. February 14, 2018 in Parkland, Florida. There were 17 dead and 17 injured at Stoneman Douglas High School shooting. On December 14, 2012, in Newtown, Connecticut, there were 20 students and 6 staff members dead at Sandy Elementary School. On April 20, 1999, in Columbine, Colorado, there were 13 dead and 24 injured at Columbine High School shooting. Washington Post.com states more than 220,000 students have experienced gun violence at schools since Columbine. 1% of all homicides are from students before, during, or after school, as advised by data of the CDC. As a result of school shootings, these are some of the side effects students and staff experience. Becoming anxious or depressed, suffering from traumatic stress symptoms, bullying and fights are another negative impact on school violence and the school youth face, resulting in some cases suicide, low self-esteem, and family relocation. For some of my thoughts, I believe the world would be a lot safer if there was no more school violence, but more love, kindness, and respect for others. Students and staff members feeling safe can lead to more focus and educational goals.
We continue. Our 6th contestant is Miss Khalees Grant. We welcome her.
Hello.
Wait. Timer ready. All right, now go.
Hello, my name is Khalees Grant. I have chosen to give my speech on critical problem that is affecting children worldwide. This problem is cyberbullying. I have also been in a problem. Have you? What is cyberbullying? Cyberbullying is a serious issue that can ruin sexual and private life in many spaces and can press daily to kids. The common type of cyberbullying are insulting or hurtful texts or images sent directly to a victim over the cell phone or internet. They may even post things on the web for more people to participate in the process of humiliating the victim. In other words, a young person usually is being bullied, humiliated, harassed, and offended by other teens by using some digital technology. Consequences of cyberbullying or victims are very serious. It can lead to depression, paranoia, and suicide. Although this problem is affecting many worldwide,
I have chosen to examine the issue in the USA. The percentage of all cyberbullying and victims is truly high. According to the report, a cyberbullying research survey in 2008 determined 43% out of 2,000 students have been the victims of digital bullying. In 2008, people in the USA were shocked by the dangers of cyberbullying. Megan Meir, a 13-year-old girl, killed herself after being the victim of cyberbullying. The incident took place in Missouri and showed a real problem with digital abuse. Also, Bobby Prince committed suicide after she was harassed at school and humiliated on via messaging and on websites. These two victims of cyberbullying became depressed and felt helpless, as they often do not know where it is occurring. A problem that leads to depression and anxiety cannot be left unnoticed. While teenagers do not often regard cyberbullying as a real problem, most adults are truly concerned with this issue. Even though many people claim that there is nothing real in it, the incidence of depression and suicide caused by cyberbullying are rising. Our society should be truly concerned and educated with the harmful effects of digital abusive behavior. In my report, my aim is to analyze, educate, and come up with ways to stop cyberbullying. First, we need to identify who is cyberbullying. Numerous cases prove that sometimes cyberbullies are teens who have problems with sex. It may be parental teen abuse, psychological disorders, or heart-related conditions. It means teenagers simply entertain themselves at the cost of the well-being of others. The abused teens channel the pain and fear through aggression and against others. Despite the fact that the internet allows anonymity for everybody, the society still needs to find ways to stop it from happening. We need everybody. Victims of cyberbullying should turn to a counselor or parent for help and advice. Do not let a bully get into your mind and influence your self-esteem. Remember that a bully is looking for a victim, and if you're not susceptible to their threats, the bullies might have to leave you alone. Some states, some types of cyberbullying may violate school codes or even bring anti-discrimination or sexual harassment laws. Teens can help each other by speaking up for each other. You can reach out to the person that's being bullied and help them be confident, or tell them if you disagree with bullying and they don't deserve to be treated. There are also ways for parents to get involved, but the teens are worried that their phones are going to be taken away. Parents are worried for their kids because of cyberbullying. It is important that parents have regular conversations with their children about bullying and being bullied. Also, parents need to monitor their children's text messages and social media. Please remember that cyberbullying is a serious issue with potential deadly consequences. It's up to everyone to do their part. Now, what would you do if your kid was in this situation? Thank you.
And we will continue with Mr. Fred Colas. We welcome you, Fred.
Are you ready? Do you know the #1 killer? Cancer. More and more kids are dying from it. The solution? Stem cell research and vaccination. To begin with, vaccination attacks the cancer cells. According to a text of S.F. Gate, it treats and stimulates the body immune system to attack the cancer cells. Vaccination cure up to 97% of cancer. And what I heard, a sister brother had cancer, and he's still here because of vaccination. Also, stem cells kill cancer cells. A study elaborates the outcomes for more than 38,000 transplant patients with life-threatening blood cancer and other diseases over a 12-year period when captured. Stem cell research, about 50,000 transplants are performed cells is a treatment for cancer, and it kills cancer cells in the bone hormone. And what I heard, stem cells can be traded and help the cancer people. In conclusion, cancer is a problem, and the solution is vaccination and stem cell research. Let's not make more kids die from it, and stop making kids be afraid of it too.
Our 8th contestant today is Miss Janiyah Lee. Come and join us, Miss Janiyah. Are you ready?
Good morning. My name is Janiyah, and I'm here to tell you about suicide. What is suicide? Suicide is the act of someone taking their own life. Depression, personality disorder, and substance abuse is some of the risk factors. Some suicides are due to money problems, term relationships, and bullying. Suicide affects anyone regardless of age, gender, or background. Some of the warning signs are withdrawal from family and friends, use of alcohol and drugs, decline in school performance, changes in sleep or appetite, changes in dress activities with friends, and discussion of suicide. For older adults, signs of suicide vary as chronic disease and illness. Also can be someone deciding to end their own life. There are some gaming challenges in this generation that young people are engaged in. One of these challenges are called the U.S. Suicide Game. In this online game, members are assigned a manager to provide various acts of self-harm to be committed over the course of 50 days. On the final day, the members are to win the game by committing suicide. The one-time Momo challenge is similar to the Blue Suicide Game, as the end result is to commit suicide. Suicide is the 10th leading cause of death worldwide. According to the Center for Disease Control, also known as CDC, male deaths represent 79% of all U.S. suicides. However, the rate for non-fatal attempted suicide is 4 times more likely in women than men and is more common in young adults. Additionally, suicide is the second leading cause of death for individuals ages 15 to 34. Did you know that approximately 125 Americans die by suicide every day? There is one death in the U.S. by suicide in the U.S. every 12 minutes. Suicide takes the lives of over 44,965 Americans each year. 1 in 100,000 ages 10 to 14 die by suicide each year. 7 in 100,000 youth ages 15 to 19 die by suicide each year. In 2016, firearms were the most common method of death by suicide, which accounted for more than half of all U.S. suicides, death at 51.1%. And the next common methods were suffocation, including hanging at 25.9% and poisoning at 15%. Getting help for suicidal thoughts is the most important step in the process. In addition to using the National Suicide Prevention Hotline, there are many other ways to reach out for help if you or someone else is in crisis. You can call 911, your doctor, or go to a medical or mental health clinic or facility that can help you right away. You may be able to help someone who may be suicidal by paying attention to the warning signs, talking openly about suicide, and letting them know that you are there for them. If you have a pen and paper, the National Suicide Prevention Hotline is 1-800-273-8255. Once again, that number is 1-800-273-8255.
Our 9th contestant today is Miss Adriana Braithwaite. Are you ready?
Hello, my name is Adriana, and today we're going to talk about blood. Do you think blood will break the fight? Yes, definitely. We need to stand together and help those who can't help themselves. This is a major issue that our youth today has faced. It has to simply stop. I plan on taking a stand this very minute. I know after hearing this important message, your heart will have a beat. I'll be the first to admit that bullying is a serious issue that has been plaguing us. More and more students have faced some forms of bullying throughout their time at school. With growing technology, bullying involves kids on social media. Bullying occurs when a student inflicts verbal and physical abuse against another student, with intention to harm that student. Bullying can cause a child to form low self-esteem, which makes that child think less of themselves, and question their worth. Bullying takes a huge toll on students' mental health and, in some cases, leads to depression. In extreme cases, suicide. According to Stop Bullying Change the Culture, 1 out of 10 kids get bullied. Every 7 seconds, a child is bullied. 5.4 million students skip school at some point in the year due to bullying. Just imagine that 1 out of 10 kids could be you or even me. And every 7 seconds someone is getting bullied. Are you kidding me? This is happening way too often. No more bullying. I heard a story on the news recently about a mother who lost her 10-year-old son because he was bullied to the point of suicide. And this is one of the many stories of parents losing their child to bullying. How many children must suffer before we take a stand against bullying? If this was your child, what would you do? Personally, I feel that bullying is gross, sickening, and purely disgusting. When I think of bullying and all the pain that it causes, I want to fight harder and stand against bullying. Enough is enough. We must fight to end bullying in schools all over social media. One of the ways we can do this is teaching students that empathy each other. Will you stand with me?
And our final contestant today is Ms. Paris Randolph. Paris, come and join us.
You ready?
Every day feels like a challenge. Like when I'm just sitting at my desk and the teacher passes me a test. I start working on it, but I get very frustrated while doing it. It's like words just jump right off of the paper. Sometimes I can't catch them. I have difficult times with everything. I know I'm not the only one having this problem. There are other people struggling with test taking. And we can fix that with confidence. This test-taking thing stresses me out. I need lots of time. I need lots of time and a few good strategies to help me pass the test. Of course, being prepared helps with the time. According to the article, tips for involved parents from Gwinnett Country Public Schools states experts say that dramatic shifts from a child's routine can have a negative impact on performance. This means don't change your routine. I have to stay with my routine because it really helps me. My routine includes encouraging myself and reading the directions carefully. What do I do to encourage myself? I tell myself I can do this, and that I'm the best. Tips for reading directions. Read slowly and circle keywords, and read the directions twice, even 3 times if you have to. Don't be hard on yourself. Putting a challenge off doesn't make it go away. I had some difficult times, but I'm trying my best to solve them. But you also need to solve your own problems. You are capable of succeeding. Do your best and never quit on yourself. Know that the Lord will be with you. Know that we are not losers, but we are winners.
At this time, we're going to have the judges go into the principal's room. They will tally and total and figure out who is going to be our 1, number 2, and number 3 place winners. We want to say is to thank our judges for their hard work. We want to make sure that you guys all know that our judges knew and were expected to be impartial. I need to know, what does that mean? Amaya. Critical? Help her. If you're impartial. Fred. Fair. You're fair. You don't have a favorite. So the ladies that were judging were not allowed to bring their feelings into any of the winner's decisions. So they go strictly by the criteria that you met. So I want everybody to understand that this is a very fair contest, because I know children will often say things weren't fair, but today was very fair. And in that, each of you receives, of our participants, will receive a pin and a certificate. I'm going to call your name so let's see. Everybody will get this first. I'm making the suspense drag out until you can't stand it any longer. Until you're ready to whoosh and be amazing. My onomatopoeias, okay? All right, my first contestant was Fred Colas. Fred, come on up. Thank you for participating. Here is your pin. You never know, Fred, you might be carrying out a trophy. Let's hear it for Fred, friends. Our next contestant was Miss Amaya Pinto. Our next one is Miss Janiyah Burgess. And then we have Janiyah Lee. And friends, these are important things that you're going to start collecting as you go on through your academic and your school career. So you want to keep certificates. You want to have things like this written down when you apply for Honor Society or for patrols or things that you're going to be applying for colleges even. It goes all the way back to these. So don't wad them up. Take good care of them. Miss Khalees Grant. Remember, you're only one of 10 people in the whole school that has this.
Heidi Brown, Joseph.
Zanya, here. Paris Randolph.
Oh, you're supposed to be.
Adriana Breathway. Darnisha. Tyler King. And everybody has one? All right. Good job. Miss Anderson wasn't the preparer. We also need to do a round of applause for Miss Kim Campbell. Miss Campbell had a funeral today. She planned everything and then had to be absent. So I just kind of stepped in this morning. So Miss Campbell did all this work, and we want to make sure when you guys see her next week, you say, thank you, Miss Campbell, for doing everything for oration, because it takes a lot to get it all prepared, okay? Promise that?
Yes, yes.
All right. My friends, judges and timekeeper, could we have a drum roll, please? Our third place winner is our number 2 contestant, Miss Darnisha X. All right, my friends, drum roll, please. Our second place winner was contestant number 5, Miss Tyler King.
Go back, Tyler. Tyler, go back. Miss Anderson? Gotcha.
And now the largest, the most intense, the most creative drum roll. Let's do it. And our first place contestant today was Zanya. These are tears of happiness, right? Did you work very hard on this? Yeah. You put a lot of hard work and effort in it. And it gets emotional when you try hard and you succeed. So, Sonia, you want to get your picture taken with your number 1 award. All right, my friends. And my contestants are going to stay with me. The rest of you may go back to class. Contestants, we have a little snack for you. It's all right on you.
Can we get all of them together?
Let's do that.
Danya, just one, 2, 3.
And then the three of them, all three of you, trying to get the promotion ceremony together. The three, Kyla and Darnisha, y'all go up, and then we're going to have everybody.
So we'll do first place, and we'll do first place, second place, and third place.
Big smile, ladies. Right here, first. Right here. 1, 2, 3. Guys,
Okay, now all of you go up.
can we do a group? Good job, guys. Okay, here we go.
All right, hold your certificates up in front of you. Miss Baker's class. Thank you kindly.
Okay, just a second. Stay there, stay there. Show me your certificates. Big smile. Keep going. Keep going. Okay. Picture time. 1, 2, 3. Trying to get everybody. Just a second, lady. Everybody. Thank you. Okay, big smile. 1, 2. Thank you.
All right, hang on. I think Miss Smith is going to say a final goodbye to everybody. Just had to. All right, Miss Baker's class, you all did an excellent job when I was in and out. Listening to everyone's speech and paying attention, so thank you for being on your best behavior. Contestants, excellent job. You all did phenomenal. You all worked really hard on your essays and did a great job, so keep it up. There's oration in middle school, so I encourage you to continue working on it in middle school as well. Better your skills of public speaking. And parents, thank you again for coming out. I hope you enjoyed it, and we appreciate all that you do for the students here at Lake Gym. Thank you, Ms. Smith. So my contestants stay, and the rest of you can go back to your classes. Thank you, guys. And Ms. Moss.